The way we have measured time has changed throughout history. AD and BC, as well as CE and BCE, are the best known ways of measuring time in the Western world. However, this system has only existed since the Middle Ages. How did other people measure time before this? Most ancient cultures chose to number their years beginning from an event that they considered to be the most significant in their history or religion. For example, the AD-BC, CE-BCE system is based around the supposed date of the birth of Jesus Christ, as this was considered to be a significant event. However, other people groups believed that different events or people had similar importance and based their systems around them. In this video, we will take a look at how a number of different cultures counted their years in order to understand the variety of ways people have attempted to measure time. The Roman calendar started counting years from the date that was thought to be the original year that the city of Rome was founded. This is why their system was also known as the urbe condita system, since this is the Latin phrase which means from the founding of the city. The ancient Romans believed that a legendary figure called Romulus created Rome in 753 BC, and it was from this date that they started numbering their years. Therefore, even though we say that Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BC, the Romans would have said he was killed in the year 710 AUC. In ancient Greece, each of the individual city-states like Athens, Sparta and Thebes had their own individual calendars that often measured time differently from each other. This was extremely confusing, so they decided to find a single date that they could all agree on. To do this, they used the Olympic Games to measure time. The Olympic Games occurred every 4 years beginning in 776 BC. Therefore, one set of 4 years was called an Olympiad. They would number their years in groups of 4 so that all city-states could understand each other. For example, 44 BC would be considered the 184th Olympiad. The Jewish calendar counts years from the moment that they believe the world was created by God. The date of creation was based upon the information presented in the Torah, a religious text that was believed to have been written in the time of Moses. Using the information from this work, they calculated the year the world was created as 3761 BC. This year is known as Anno Mundi, meaning Year of the World. The Jewish calendar counts forward from this time. Therefore, 44 BC would be around 3717 AM. A variety of different Chinese calendars have been developed over the last 2,000 years, most of which consist of 12 months that are each 29 or 30 days long. However, in all of these ancient counting systems, each year was numbered from the year that the current emperor had taken the throne. For example, they could say that an event happened in the 3rd year of the Emperor Li. Unfortunately, what made this particularly confusing is that when a new emperor took power, the calendar was reset to the 1st year of the new emperor. As a result, it is often difficult to be precise about particular years in Chinese history. There have been attempts at creating a more standard Chinese historical calendar to measure longer periods of time, such as decades, centuries, and millennia. These calendars counted years from the reign of a significant historical figure, such as the Yellow Emperor or the birth of Confucius. However, none of these systems found wide acceptance. The Muslim calendar is used by many Islamic nations around the world. The calendar was developed in the Hijra year, which is the year that the Prophet Muhammad fled from Mecca to Medina, which is equivalent to the year AD 622. The Islamic calendar counts forward from this time using a H for Hijra, or BH for before Hijra. Therefore, the year 44 BC would be around 684 before Hijra. The selection of systems outlined in this video are just a small sample of different attempts that humans have made to measure time. Each culture has its own unique way of counting time, and it is fascinating to see how these systems evolved over time. It is amazing to think that there are so many different ways to measure time, each one with its own set of traditions and history. If you need further explanations, examples, and advice, head on over to the History Skills website, and I'll see you next time.